Hello, here we will discuss boundaries and contents of cubital fossa and clinical importance of the structure seen in the cubital fossa. So here this is a specimen of right side and this is a lateral side and this is a medial side. So before we discuss the boundaries and contents of cubital fossa, I want to show you few structures. So this is a biceps brachii. Deep to the biceps brachii in arm you can see brachialis muscle which passes in the floor of cubital fossa and inserts on the ulna. So this is brachialis muscle. Then in the lateral side of the forearm, this muscle is the brachioradialis muscle. Then medially here, this obliquely running muscle, this is a medial epicondyle, and from medial epicondyle this obliquely running muscle towards radius, this is a pronator teres muscle. Now we will discuss boundaries of cubital fossa. Cubital fossa is a triangular hollow present in front of elbow. It is bounded laterally by medial border of brachioradialis muscle, medially by lateral border of pronator teres muscle. Base is directed upwards, represented by an imaginary line connecting medial and lateral epicondyles of humerus. Apex is directed downwards and is formed by meeting point of pronator teres muscle and brachioradialis muscle. So this is apex of cubital fossa. Roof is formed by skin, superficial fascia containing median cubital vein, medial and lateral cutaneous nerves of forearm. Deep to that there is a deep fascia and bicipital aponeurosis. So see here the skin has been removed and we can see in superficial fascia median cubital vein. So this is median cubital vein. Here it is cut at one end. The median cubital vein, it connects basilic vein running along medial aspect with the cephalic vein running along the lateral aspect. So this is median cubital vein. Then here this is medial cutaneous nerve of forearm which accompanies the basilic vein and it is a branch of medial cord of brachial plexus. Then here this is lateral cutaneous nerve of forearm. It is a continuation of muscular cutaneous nerve. This nerve emerges from the lateral side of the tendon of biceps just above the bend of elbow and then it runs along with the cephalic vein. So these are the structures in superficial fascia, median cubital vein, medial cutaneous nerve of forearm and lateral cutaneous nerve of forearm. Deep to that there is a deep fascia which is reinforced on medial side by bicipital aponeurosis. So this is a bicipital aponeurosis. The floor is formed by two muscles. In upper part it is formed by brachialis. So this is a brachialis muscle and in lower part it is formed by supinator muscle which is deep. It wraps around the upper 1/3 part of a lateral aspect of the radius and we have to reflect the lateral extensor muscles to see it. Then contents. The cubital fossa from medial to lateral side contains median nerve, then brachial artery, then tendon of biceps and radial nerve. So this is a radial nerve. Now we will see about these contents in detail. First structure is the median nerve. So this is a median nerve which is the medialmost structure in cubital fossa and it leaves the cubital fossa and enters the forearm by passing between two heads of pronator teres muscle. The next structure is the brachial artery. So this is a brachial artery. It lies medial to the tendon of biceps and terminates at the level of neck of radius into small superficial branch, that is radial artery. So this is a radial artery and a deep branch called as ulnar artery. So this is ulnar artery. Now the next content is the tendon of biceps. So this is a tendon of biceps. It is inserted on posterior surface of the radial tuberosity and lateralmost structure is the radial nerve. Now radial nerve where to find? It lies in a groove which is present between brachialis medially and brachioradialis laterally. So in this groove we can see the radial nerve. So this is a radial nerve and this radial nerve when it enters the cubital fossa at the level of lateral epicondyle of humerus, it divides into two branches, the superficial branch and deep branch. So this is a superficial branch of radial nerve. The superficial branch of radial nerve It runs downwards in forearm deep to the brachioradialis muscle, and it is accompanied by radial artery. So this is a radial artery and this is a superficial branch of the radial nerve, and this is a deep branch of radial nerve. This is a deep branch of radial nerve. The deep branch of radial nerve, it leaves the cubital fossa by passing between superficial and deep stratum of the supinator muscle and enters the back of the forearm, and it supplies the extensor muscles. So this deep branch of radial nerve, it is also called as posterior interosseous nerve. These structures can be remembered by a mnemonic MBBR. So from medial to lateral side, M stands for median nerve, B for brachial artery, again B for biceps tendon, and R for radial nerve. Now coming to the applied importance. This is a median cubital vein which is commonly used for taking blood samples, for investigations, as well as for giving intravenous infusions. Then, due to repeated activities at elbow, median nerve can be compressed between two heads of pronator teres muscle, leading to pain in upper part of anterior aspect of forearm. So this is called as pronator teres syndrome, which is median nerve entrapment syndrome. The next structure is brachial artery. Brachial artery is auscultated medial to the tendon of biceps while recording blood pressure. Also, the median nerve and brachial artery can be injured in supracondylar fractures of humerus. Involvement of brachial artery in supracondylar fracture results in Volkmann's ischemic contracture. So this was all about cubital fossa. If you like my dissection videos, do subscribe and share. Thank you.